Happy
What up?
Friday. Happy Friday. Um, we are here for another Realmhattan project. Whoop whoop and all that good shit. It's Friday night. Um, we are Scott. Um, Wolfie's down. People have seen posts. Thoughts and prayers with that dude. He's doing okay. He'll be back when he has a chance. Um, we also got rid of Gort while we had the ability to and replaced him with something slightly better.
Oracle.
Um, so we're gonna slide over slide over to Orko here. And what's been up, man? How's been your last couple weeks?
Well, it's been pretty tough. We just saved Eternia. I'm pretty tired. Yeah, what watch the new what is it? Revolution is what it's called now. It was pretty good. Enjoyed that this week, so I dressed up in honor of the occasion. Yeah, been a pretty good week. Let's see. I had some Manhattan clam chowder today. It was absolutely delicious.
You came all the way from Eternia
I'm not
to
a huge fan of
All
Manhattan.
the way from
Manhattan clam
Eternia
chowder.
for some soup.
The tomato soup part gives me bad acid reflux.
I
Derek?
probably get you back gas. Too.
Derek, how was your week?
What's up, everybody? It's been great. Man, I picked up a few things this week. I've been doing as y'all know, I've been on this new journey in regards to my collecting. So I got a couple of things in, namely of the GI Joe perspective, and I made a couple of trades today that was really cool with a new buddy of mine, and yeah, it was pretty cool. It's been a productive week, and I'm just excited to be here with you guys once again. So really excited to get into what we're doing tonight. So with that being said, how you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. It's just it's been an all right week. Got sick, a little under the weather, but I'm on the mend. Long work week, good show. Nothing came in, so got no new toys this week, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say right now. Ricky, how was your week, and why the fuck do you got a White Sox hat on?
It's baseball season again, man. This is the team we're coaching.
Wait. What is this?
Yo, can you hear me?
Told you that.
Ah!
I told you that guy was full of shit.
Straight from the hospital bed.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? Just sorry to interrupt. Just want to give a quick shout out to everyone in Wolf Nation concerned about my bowel movements.
We don't promote Wolf Nation here.
Yep. All two of y'all.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Bomb Squad. Let's go.
All two of you guys in the Wolf Nation, he says thanks. Everybody else
Yeah.
can piss off.
As your sergeant at arms, I got you.
Oh, that sounds woke to me.
So did you tell the nurse what I told you to tell the nurse?
Try not to get thrown out of here.
Well, you want to go home, don't you? I guarantee you'll go home quick if you do what I tell you.
Now listen, I just want to. I'm not. I can't stay long. Just want to give
You
a.
might,
Why can't you stay long? What are they gonna do to you? Kick you out the hospital? Is that what you want?
If
No,
you listen to E, you might make a stop by county on your way home, but you'll definitely go home eventually.
It's like quiet time, non-visiting hours. I think it's quick. All right, for that.
We're not
yelled at.
visiting. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
Technically, you are visiting me.
They got rules on phone calls, and they.
Yeah. If one of them comes in there and
I'm
says something,
I'm
put
on-
them on here. We'll talk to
I'm
him.
on speakerphone.
Well,
Yeah.
that's who's.
Hey, all you
where's
nurses
your
and
headset?
doctors, go fuck yourselves. Don't fucking worry
No, I
about what we're
wasn't-
doing here.
I don't have a
Wolfie.
headset. I didn't think it was gonna come on. It's supposed to be quick.
Dude, I
Wolfie.
told you to tell.
Please.
See, you don't plan. How do you not have a headset? Where's your AirPods?
Grab
Sorry,
them iPhone
I'm
users.
very bad at this.
Obviously.
Spontaneous. Can't plan
Jesus.
spontaneity, my friend.
Turn the
Wolfie.
camera on. We want to see your face.
No.
You don't.
Turn the camera.
I've
No,
got a shirt
I
on and
definitely
there's
don't.
still,
No,
there's
you're
still
good.
tube in my nose. You don't want to see this.
Yeah.
As long, see, that's what
Right
they're
with
fucking
me.
up. The tube's supposed to go on the other end. That's how they
Get
get the shit
flagged. We'll get
out.
flagged for indecency.
They've got the tube in the wrong end.
Nah,
you
you're all right. You're all
fucking
right,
doctors.
Wolfie. Have a
Listen, it's
speedy
real-
recovery, and we hope you get
Why are you
better.
trying to rush him off?
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
rush him off.
It
I'm
sounds
just
like you're trying to rush him off and say goodbye.
I'm not trying to rush him off. I'm trying
See,
to get
that's
the
what
chat
your Wolf
squad
Nation
to
people do for you, Wolf.
do something
Wolf
for
Nation,
me.
right?
Chat
He's
squad.
concerned. He's concerned. He's concerned.
Chat squad. You know, let's make my man Wolfie feel a lot better. The leader of the
mute
Wolf Nation.
everybody who says anything
Hashtag
about
Wolf Nation.
Mute
Let's get
everybody.
that. Let's get them
Getting muted.
hashtags up. Hashtag Wolf Nation. We with you,
Go.
buddy.
Let's go.
Every
We
one of
got
y'all that post that are getting muted for the night.
What?
Y'all need to go start a Wolf Nation
I will.
Clubhouse.
I got
fucking
y'all.
podcast.
Anyway, no, look, real quick. Just want to thank everyone for your concern. I will say it happened. I hopefully I'm going home tomorrow.
He took a shit finally.
Yeah, yes.
You gave birth. All right, that's what's
Gave
up.
birth to a nice 2-ounce little boy.
It wasn't 2 ounces if you was in the hospital. 2-pounder.
But anyway, no, really, just real quick. Just thanks everyone for your concern. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Have a good show, guys. I'll talk to you later.
We love you,
All
bud, man.
right,
Later,
Glad
all
you're
right,
getting better.
Wolfie.
Yeah, well,
Take care.
Peace out.
By the way,
All right.
Scott just kicked himself out of the Wolf Nation because he doesn't know how to fucking spell it properly. Good job, Scott. Fake fan.
Well, it's not like Wolf knows how to spell his own name correctly.
Fake fan.
Kind of all works. Kind of all works.
Yeah. So
Stand yourself.
where are we at? We're at me with my week. I don't have it here because it's on the porch, but got some stuff in this week. Birthday's coming up, so got some early birthday presents. Got my gift from these guys. I'll post pictures in the group probably tomorrow. I got some new gear from Kara for my birthday. And the boys actually went online. I forgot to bring it in here to show you guys, but maybe I'll get it in a little while. But they got me a mini fridge to put in here. That's like it lights up and shit. It has the Batman symbol on the front that glows.
Oh
out
wow, that's dope.
and like when you open it up, it says "I am Batman" across the top of it and stuff. It's pretty cool. They picked it out themselves. She just let them go online and figure out what they wanted to get me. So that's what they got me, which was pretty cool.
Man, you sound great too.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
I sound like shit before. Thanks for lying to me this whole time for a year and a half.
Well,
no
one's
You sounded good the last time. Now you sound great.
Aw. Hashtag Derek Nation.
I'll take it.
That was rough, man. I ain't that drunk yet. But yeah, just working that. We got baseball starting back up.
You're a fool.
Monday through Wednesday. We got evaluations, and then Thursday we're doing our giraffes. So it's gonna be a fun year.
You say giraffes?
That's exactly what I said. You should get that pop filter fixed.
So elaborate. With
Giraffes.
Draft.
Oh, I thought you said giraffes.
Draft.
Anyway,
Maybe you need a new headset.
I probably do.
Kara,
I've
go
had
get
these
Derek
long
a
enough.
new headset for his birthday. So I got you covered.
You got enough money in that jar to buy a new one. So
Wow.
That's his retirement plan. Don't make him spend that on headphones.
Yeah.
He only got a couple more years, so he got to use that. Don't.
Oh man, Joe S. I'm getting you.
Esteban, to
pay
answer
you
your
back for that
question, it'll probably have a bottle or two of water in there, but mostly it's going to be full of Coca-Colas to mix with my Jameson. Maybe a coffee or two. But yeah, it was just a cool idea. It's nothing big and fancy. It was just sweet that they went out of their way to get that done. I got some people were asking what I wanted for my birthday, like in the families and stuff, and I just told them to give cash donations. So I got my tattoo finished today. Got that all filled in, so that's done. And now I'm on here with you guys. Oh, and I did get in a package from Logan. I haven't had a chance to mess with it because I've been messing with my birthday gift from you guys. But I got that King Toys Mini, the Lion Razor Claw.
Okay.
Just want to give it a try and look at it and see if I like it or not. Like I know it's not not the Predaking I want, but if it's a cool figure just to mess with, I'll just mess with it. And if it's really good, I'll backtrack the other ones
Okay.
just to have something for a little while. And when we ever get the right one, I'll break it down and do something else with it. But
$40 at a trade.
yeah. No, I didn't even pay retail for it. Like he gave me a good deal, and like it's sealed. He accidentally got two. He ordered from two different sites and forgot it was coming in. So I didn't even have to do $40 in trade. I'd have been paying more for that.
Mm.
So got that to mess with. And
well, cat's out the bag. He actually paid money for that. Paid more than $40.
I'm a grown ass adult. I don't answer to her for my money.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all got me fucked up with somebody else.
Yeah. Claim that shit.
Bills get paid, and I do whatever I want
Tell
with my
him
money.
you made that moniker for everybody else, not you. Not you.
Yeah, my neighbor. Yeah, he did bring over. It was okay. I mean, he has to toot his own fucking horn, so I'm not going to go into it. But it was okay. It was
Hey,
alright.
you want to show off your? Can you show it off?
I don't know because I sent it to my boss.
No, your tattoo.
I know. I sent
Yeah.
a picture of it to my boss earlier, who drew it,
Mhm.
and I don't know if he's doing something with it. So.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So I don't know how that works.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's it. That's it in a nutshell, man. Be prepared for lots of baseball talk for the next few weeks.
All right.
That's happening. And I grew my beard back out just for EE because he said I looked weird. So, all right, I guess we're done with all the what'd you do's and how you do's. Jokes aside, Wolf, we are glad to hear from you. Appreciate you calling in and saying what's up and that you feel a little better. I'm going to stop hosting and let EE host because he's so bored down there. He's falling asleep. So we're going to let him host so he stays active and awake. But Wolfie, we appreciate you calling in and checking in, man. We're glad you're getting better.
Mhm.
And we'll see you on the next one, brother, man. But
Sure.
other than that, I guess we'll slide into our showcase, Mr. Derek B.
That's right.
Said he's got a showcase.
Use your vowels.
It's time for the collector showcase.
Oh, that looks better.
Now,
All right. So,
oh God, you're popping all over the place.
popping.
Yeah, man.
In what way?
Trash.
Like popping.
No, not popping and locking. Like, wish you had a pop filter.
Oh, you're fine, Derek.
I know, but it's gonna bug him. He's gonna really think that it's fucking him up.
You're totally fine.
All right. Thanks, Orko. So today's showcase that I'm doing with you all today, I'm going to take you all back in time a little bit. As you all know, BotCon is almost upon us. There will be an announcement at some point in the I think in the next 2 weeks in regards to the location and the dates. So I got me, all in the fields about getting excited about it and wanted to bring out some things that was sent to me by a good buddy of mine. And yeah, and I discovered some things that I didn't know about some of these products for BotCon, and it was just really cool when I found out about a couple of things. So sent me a bunch of collector cards. They're like almost like just different collector cards of different characters that they did for different shows. And this is both GI Joe and Transformers. So these are pretty cool to see. These are two of my the Joes in regards to the Joes. This is two of my favorite, two of some of my favorites, like this Baroness one right here. I'm keeping this one in my wallet, and this Dr. Mindbender right here. Yeah, that one looks pretty cool. Yeah, this one I'm gonna put that one in my wallet too. So really cool Snake Eyes one right here. some combinations like tracks and cross country, both voiced by Michael McConaughey, in which y'all met at BotCon 2022. And we got one here that's Smokescreen and Wetsuit, who were both voiced by Jack Angel. Rest in peace, Jack Angel. And unfortunately, I didn't get. I mean, I may get a couple of these signed by some of our talented voice actors that are with us still to this day. But I know I'm going to miss getting a lot of these signed because there were some incredible people. Another thing that I got that I was surprised to get, because I forgot that they kind of did this too. They sold some. I got a Gundam kit. He just threw that in there. He got a Gundam kit because he was talking about, I've been talking about doing the kits for Gundam. This is a small, like, basic one. So this one should be pretty easy to do. So don't know if anyone has ever seen this one before, but looking forward to working with this one because this will literally be my first model kit that I put together. And, well, I'm going to paint it, customize it, and then put it together and, do a little something with it just for the experience. Threw this in here. I don't know why I threw this in here. This is a plastic model kit too, but this is an X-Wing starfighter. I have no idea what this was all about, but I'm gonna put that together too. So if some of you remember, in some of the past shows, they do live script readings. They would have volunteers from the audience who would, volunteer to do a voice, and they would get to act out these roles with the voice actors that were on the stage. So this particular one was the Return of Blur, and this is from the 2015 show. And this is actually the script for that one was made into a book. So I'm gonna be sending one to Sanjay so he can do story time with this one too. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to send this to him. I can't wait to give it to him because it's a lot of words in this one. So that means he's gonna do. If y'all know Sanjay, if you visit the Transformers ERC Facebook page, you know that he does story time. The story time segments, which are really cool. I absolutely enjoy them. But yeah, it's like, he'll show the picture of he'll show the pictures and then read what's on that page for that particular picture. But yeah, I can't wait to send him one of these. So yeah, Sanjay, this is coming to you. So I'll be in touch with you soon. But this was from the BotCon 2015 live script reading, and they made it into a book, which is pretty cool. This one, you all have seen this one as well. This is the Transformers Collectors Club magazine, the official magazine for BotCon. And we had some interesting staff members part of this particular magazine, including people like Ben Yee, who we've had on this show before. I want to show the
yeah, Ben was super cool. He's the one that came in with the Beast Wars, right? When we had that Beast
Yeah.
Wars episode. Yeah, he was
right. And we talked about the movie at the time. So the editor was Brian Savage, editor-in-chief was Brian Savage, the editor was Pete Sinclair, the associate editor was Ben Yee. We had Carl Hartman, who was actually one of the founders of BotCon, along with Glenn Hallett and Glenn Hallett, Carl, and I can't remember his brother's name. Oh my God. But anyway, a couple of these guys are still working with BotCon to get the show together. But one thing that popped out for me was who was in the contributors list. And if you see right there, it's our very own Scott Marble.
Fake news.
If you didn't know, back in the day, Scott Marble, our very own Scott, was one of the contributors for the magazine on a couple of magazines. This particular magazine, this one right here, and Scott, I want this signed by you. He did an interview.
Do you not
with,
remember what he got me for Christmas, man? Are you sure you wanted to tell Scott you want gifts from him?
I want him to sign this. So he's gonna sign it for me because he did an interview with the legendary Peter Cullen, who, as everyone knows, is the voice of Optimus Prime, and it was a very good interview. Very good interview on this, and it was very, very entertaining, and had a lot of cool stuff that they were talking about in it. It was like 2 pages. So yeah, Scott, hey, big ups to you, and you are definitely a part of BotCon history. That is awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I got a bunch of these books. So I've had some of these I had some already, but a lot of these are fillers will complete my my magazine collection. And yeah, it was very fun to get these Transformers Timelines, which is a fun publications comic. Don't know if y'all remember these, but these were actual BotCon comics that were associated with they sometimes blended them in with the exclusives that they had for their shows. And I have
Aren't those the ones where like Shattered Glass started from and all that? Was those comics?
yes, that's exactly where this is exactly where Shattered Glass started. Shattered Glass started with Transformers Timelines, and it was a Ben Yee Pete Sinclair collaboration. And they did an outstanding job with that story, and all of the Shattered Glass stuff, the Shattered Glass figures and lore and all of that you see in the fandom right now, it's a result of them two gentlemen. So big shout out to them too for giving us that to enjoy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm very excited to find out where BotCon is going to be this year and when it's going to be this year. So stay tuned for that. And as you know, you can check the BotCon website for more information, or you can check out Agabus for more information. But yeah, they're going to be dropping that news soon through the Facebook page and Twitter. So I'm sorry, X. Yeah, I gotta remember to stop saying Twitter. It's it's the same thing.
All right,
So
man.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
thanks for
Thanks,
that.
Derek.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for giving me that time, y'all.
Yeah, and anybody that watches this later can just skip the Scott part anyway. Fuck Scott. So, but the rest of it was cool. So I guess we are going to move into. I'm just looking at EE's picture right now. I'm being distracted. Great.
Hey, real quick.
You
Hey,
are
Scott,
thick
you're
with
not.
3 C's.
So just to let everybody know, Scott's that's just not another pretty face. He's got some real talent.
Scott's my dude. I bust his balls, but I love that dude.
Brother is so talented. It's like every time I get a chance to hang around with him, I just learn new things. So, but yeah, when I found out about that, man, I was just like, wow, I didn't know you did. He actually told me. He actually told me about that, but I totally forgot it. And then I saw it. I actually saw it in the magazine. I was really paying attention to it. I was like, oh shit, Scott, I remember you telling me about this. So yeah, that was
Scott.
that was
he ain't remember. Don't let him lie. He ain't remember.
My memory ain't all faulty.
He's got to remember to take his Centrum
sometimes. No, I'm not on multivitamin shit. Thank God. Oh my goodness, man.
The fact that you know what it is proves you as a liar.
Hey, but I am 8 months away from my AARP card. So
see, why he bullshitting? 8 months for his 20-year anniversary at AARP.
Hey man, but yo, Oracle, what was it like when you got your AARP card 1,500 years ago?
But now you got to talk like Orko.
No.
Talk like Jar Jar Binks cosplay as Orko.
No.
Boo.
Yeah. Boo, wait a minute. Man. Just keep calling it Twitter. Must name PayPal X and change the name before he sold it. He'll do the same to Twitter. No way he's letting that name go. Oh, X? Yeah.
Because that's not a name.
Yeah.
No.
It was Malcolm's first.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks again. Jokes aside, we appreciate you, Derek, for that. That's
Thank
always
you.
cool stuff, man. I know you got a lot of cool stuff hidden away in that little.
I got a
closet
lot.
there.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to because I'm still cleaning out my storage room. I was gonna pull out some of the BotCon gift sets that I got, but that's gonna be for another show.
Yeah, let me tell you, I when I stuck my head in there and looked around, like he took me in there and showed me that thing, dude. That thing's like a comic shop waiting to fucking happen. like there's a bunch of shit. He should just put shelves with pegs on it and hang all his stuff up.
I should, man.
Yeah,
I should.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess we're gonna go ahead and roll along. You play catch up. We're gonna talk about how was it phrased, like the expenditure of collecting, like the expenses of collecting, like how much it costs, what is too much, what do we consider too much or too little. And then when EE comes back, we're going to save the bitterness part of it for him. Just because that's apropos. That's your $7 word of the day, folks.
Right.
But Sean don't come on here calling me awesome. That's messed up, Sean. That's cool.
Because she tells you in person. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
But I think she was saying, she meant to say honey mead.
Yeah, she said honey mead.
It says homie
mead. For some reason, that's better.
Yeah. But yeah, and that was a Florida story. So
yeah. But so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start on that one. I figure since it was Derek's idea, we'll go ahead and let him fire it off and kind of give us an overview of what he was meaning by it and how he wants to roll with it.
All right, so I thought that's what it said at first, and then I had to look at it again before I opened my mouth. I was like, no, it says homie mead. Yeah. But if I look in the part of my glasses, that M is actually kind of slashed up, and it actually looks like that anyway. But yeah, okay. So for those of you that are in the Realm group, on the Realm Facebook group, I posted up a post that said, and I don't know if y'all are able to show this. I'm just gonna pull it up.
You have to send me it. I'll
No. I'm just gonna share the screen.
Oh,
yeah. I'm just gonna share the screen. And boom. There you go. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna say it. Just because you bought 40 Inquisitors, that don't make you the god of collectors. That is all. So it was all in jest, and but people kind of took that kind of seriously, and they were asking me different questions about what I was talking about, and then actually had if you go and read some of the comments, a couple of people was like, Inquisitor, what's an Inquisitor? So for those of y'all that don't know, we're talking about the new Fans Toy Scourge that came out.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that everybody was posting the Star Wars things in there.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, no, not the Inquisitor. He's talking about people.
So,
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was talking about that, and I had a couple of I saw a couple of people flexing about how they bought like 8, 10, 12 of those Inquisitors, because you want to have Scourge and the sweeps. Now, if you've been in here, if you've been collecting long enough, you will know that X Transbox came out with a Scourge and sweep sets a couple of years ago. And if you got that set, you pretty much had your sweeps there, and you just get the Scourge from Fan Toys, make that your Scourge, and the rest of those sweeps. That's pretty much what I did, and most other people did. But you had those people that also did that too, but they want to flex on how they just bought that many Inquisitors. I'm like, okay, so here's what here's why I wanted to talk about it, because we as collectors, not all of us, but most of us, we try to be a little responsible when it comes to collecting. Now, I'm not putting you down as far as what you did and everything, but I'm asking you to really think about what you are spending your money on. Scourge, that Fansoy Scourge on average is about 220. The 220, right? Is on average, because on different sites you may see them higher, and on other sites you'll see them lower. It depends on where you
That's
got it
the
from.
Inquisitor he meant.
No.
Nobody
So-
should have 40 of those.
Yeah, no, nobody should have
Nobody
one of
wants that.
But anyway, so but if you're spending that much money on that, and here's the thing. My thing is, and I had one of them say, "Yeah, I'm gonna flip these." Okay, so here's the thing about that though.
They're still available to order. Good luck.
They're
flipping
still
that shit.
they're gonna be available to order everywhere. Come on now. I don't think Fans Toys had the mindset of we're gonna limit this number, because everybody's gonna want sweeps too. So they're gonna buy more than one. Why are you buying that many? And then you also had other retailers, they were selling the X Transbot sweeps the same price for buying one Fans Toys Scourge.
Yep.
3
And I'm just
sweeps
like,
for 1 Scourge.
Because there's a box set, you got all three of them.
you got all three of
them.
them.
Gotta specify it.
Yeah. You got all three of them for the same price of one Fans Toys one. I'm like, do your research. Look around and see what's going on. I literally knew that was going to happen when Fans Toys announced that they were doing Scourge. I was like, yeah, that X Transbot's going to get a whole lot cheaper now, because a lot of retailers, they still got those the 3 box set, and somebody's just going to be wanting to offload those, and they're going to sell them. So there's your sweeps right there. And if you can get them new, that's actually even better. See, they were selling for 180. I knew that they were selling them for cheap, and I know Show Z had them for Show Z had them.
BTS had them.
But yeah, it's just it's just being more sensible when it comes to spending. Now, it's your money. Do whatever you want. It's your money. But what I'm telling you is, be mindful of the things you're spending, because then you're going to wind up, you're going to have all these figures, and then for those that are trying to flip them, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you.
Ask my neighbor about his Fans Toys Dinobot he got for free, because flipping doesn't fucking work.
Okay. Well, but I say that to say all of that. So what do you guys think?
Well, I'm just to be that guy tonight and play devil's advocate here, right? For the sake of conversation, right? One, yeah, that X Transbots was cheaper.
Yep.
How many here have handled that X Transbots?
I got to sit
I
right
have
there on that shelf.
How many here have transformed that X Transbots?
I have twice.
How many of you ever wanted to transform that X Transbots again?
No, I've done it twice. Those feet ain't no joke, though.
Exactly. So
I got them both in robot and ship mode. I haven't even taken Inquisitor out the box yet.
Not to get into too many details here, but that X Transbots figure, when I had to mess with it a bunch of times for several times in one day, is one of the reasons probably that pushed me out of fucking MP to begin with.
Okay.
That's just how fucking horrible those feet were. You were sitting here and you were talking about people flexing and like, look, we all share our pictures, bro. We all share what we got. We all. I can't sit there and I don't want to sit there and say everybody who is posting pictures of things they got are flexing. I don't think that's fair. I don't post everything I get, but when I do, at least I don't. I hope I don't come across as a flex on a $20 fucking Masterverse figure. Like it's, I understand what you're saying. Like there are people that are buying 5, 6, 8, I saw someone who literally had 18 his tanks, and they posted up. I've seen people post
Yeah.
the Cobra Eels. Somehow they got like 20 of them the first time around.
Hmm.
I've seen it, and people were flipping those. And I know Ricky said flipping doesn't work, and so it's
Now it
hit or
doesn't
miss.
work.
It's hit or
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah, it is hit or miss. It
Flipping
is
is
hit or
hit or
miss.
miss. You never know what's gonna go up in price, what's not, what wound
No.
up being short, what's
But the
not.
thing with flipping is a lot of that is timing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
this is also fan choice. Um,
But it's also the company because Fans Toys changed their thing now, leaving these things available for so long and doing so many reissues back to back has kind of
you're
killed
right,
the
but
flipping thing for
and
Fans Toys.
again, if you play a long game on some of this stuff, see what their price is in a year from now, year and a half from
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I, I've always, yes, I make fun of people like Wes and Logan for wasting money on Power Rangers and things like that.
Yeah.
I hope they do realize that it is all in fun between
No, it's
us,
not. Anything past the original
but
Power Rangers is fucking
you know,
dumb.
I don't like to tell people how to spend their money. I see those, like that's why I see the comments when people start. I know people like to joke about it, pores, 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 pores. You see them all
Hmm.
over these groups, people calling people pores.
Yeah.
It's a term that has always, kind of irked me a little bit. Like, who the fuck are you to say I'm a poor? Who the fuck are you to knock somebody from buying a KO? It's your money, it's your wallet. You worked hard for your money. You buy whatever the hell you want. You want to
Hmm.
buy one Fansoy Scourge, buy one Fansoy Scourge. You want a fucking 1,000 of them, buy 1,000 of them. If you can afford it, God bless you. I
Hmm.
know I can't, but God bless you. Um, yeah, that's just
Here's a caveat to that, though. So when it comes to you buying that many, and then a month later, you're talking about you selling all your collection because you got to get some money
yeah,
together.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
That,
I have seen, where I see that the most is, and you're gonna laugh. I've seen that the most in Marvel Legends groups.
oh, is that right?
And it's kind of funny, like, and because I've been in some of these groups for so long, you recognize names, name people who post off in these groups. I specifically remember one guy, and we're going back a couple years ago, but this one really stuck in my head. He
Hmm.
had paid like $500 to get that strong guy Build-A-Figure wave off of eBay to have it
Oh.
first before everybody.
Mm.
3-4 months later, he had about 100 Marvel Legend figures on a dirty mattress, talking about fire sale. I got bills to play.
Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Well, but I've seen it so many times. These people, they're
Hmm.
paying $100 for a Rogue figure, but then two months later they're selling everything because they're broke. So I definitely get your point about being responsible with your money and being smart where you spend it. I just want to keep in mind that we don't know. Like, look, as much as we're friends, Derek, I don't know what's in your bank account.
Hmm.
I don't know your finances. I don't know Gort's. I
Hmm.
don't know Ricky's. You guys don't know mine. Like, for all
Yeah.
you think you do. For all you know, I'm sitting on a fucking pot of gold and you never fucking know.
Because
Or
you
I'm
are.
down to my last penny living off of fucking credit cards.
Are you not? Yep.
Like, you don't know. So I just don't want to be judgy on someone who bought 40 and sit there and tell them that they're irresponsibly spending their money. That's just me, and I'm just trying to be a little devil's advocate here, trying to do this from both sides of the spectrum.
I feel like I could be wrong, but my read on it, from what Derek was saying, I'm kind of tagging on what you're saying, is it's not so much you bought 40 of these, therefore you're wasting money because you think you're somebody important. It's more, you bought 40 of these, you're wasting money because here was an alternative that could have saved you money for backup characters. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah,
you still want to buy 10 Inquisitors to have them as your main scourges. That's fine. But for your other 30, go buy these cheap ass ones. They're going to be in the back of your fucking shelf anyways, collecting
Yeah.
dust. Who gives a shit? I think that's how I feel more about it. It's just
agreed,
business wise, money wise, it's smarter,
but
you know.
but there are people who do transform their figures and really are into the engineering and all that stuff. And if that's the case, that X Transbots is not for fucking you.
Have you watched
Mhm.
videos on this Fans Toys one? It ain't no better. Instead of being
That's
in the
not what I've
feet,
heard. That's
instead of
not
being
what
in
I've
the feet,
heard.
it's somewhere else. You have to. It's a goofy design to get to from a robot. So
Mm.
it's
Look,
very
Like
Fan
I said,
Toys
I
has
have no
user
never
plan yet,
friendly.
so
Fan Toys for the most part has never really been a joy to transform.
Mhm.
No.
But that X Transbots one was
A bitch and a half.
probably up there with
Agreed.
one of the worst fucking things I've ever touched in my life.
Well, I would
Just
say
the
work.
transformation,
Transformation.
the transformation on it alone.
Yeah.
but
That's what I mean.
that's the case for literally every MP third party. You know, every
My
a
worst are all
great majority of them.
my worst are all Fans
Yeah.
Toys. It's Cup, RC, and Blur. Those are the 3 worst transformations I ever had to do.
Right,
Like,
but that's why everybody loves Legends so much. Is because they're much more simpler. They're much more simpler to deal with,
you
and you're dealing
better
with the
watch your mouth
size
talking
difference.
about Legends, sir.
No, I'm saying it as a compliment, but because everybody likes Legends better because of that, and the cost
I
is
don't know,
mainly
Gord.
the cost. I
Cost
would
is
I know.
say.
catching up. The cost is catching up. I've spent almost the same amount on a Legends that I did for a Masterpiece when I first started collecting Masterpiece.
I don't know.
Mm.
Gord, you've been in this game a very long time, way longer than
Who's
I
Gort?
have. Uh, Orko, fine, Orko, you've been in this game way longer than I have. Where are you standing on all this at this point?
I mean, looking at a product like this Fans Toys coming out at that price, I think is genuinely ludicrous to buy. Not just because there was this other option at a cheaper rate, but the cost is so inflated. It's stupid. Like everything has gone up, but it's like it's the same thing that you were buying 5 years ago, and it feels like you're paying double the price. Whether it's like a $50 or $100 increase or even a 20, it just starts to feel like you're paying excessive amounts. And like, what are you getting? Why should it be like joyless or irritating? It should be fun to transform anything. Transformers specifically, other toys and toy lines. That's another kind of thing. But all this stuff, like I got at a Masterpiece. I have a couple, like 10. It feels like on the shelf, and I don't really like buying them still. Like like the last one I got was the Cliff Jumper, and I
Oh,
remember
the Fans
when
Toys one.
the Fans Toys Cliff Jumper, yeah. But I had the Toro, the X Transbots. That thing had a giant, ridiculous backpack. But you know what? It was a relatively inexpensive figure. The robot itself looked like the character. It had tight joints. It had good tolerancing. The transformation wasn't unpleasant. The backpack is stupid. You turn him sideways, that thing sucks. I'm not going to make an excuse for that thing. Not that part of it. But the second that I got that Fans Toys and I paid, like double for it, fuck that thing. That thing has a loose elbow. Like I have to have the gun hanging up in the arm because it's just flippity floppity, and it's on a pin joint that's inside of it. You can't really do anything about that. Fuck Fans Toys. I don't feel like you get quality when you buy them. You get a nice paint finish. You get a nice looking character, but that brand does not equal quality. X Transbots does not equal quality. MMC, that's like one of the most. That's like probably the closest I can think of off the top of my head where across the board, the quality, like they feel more like model kits. You don't get the painted finish or any of that, but the quality is there. You get a decent product.
Yep.
Definitely not a perfect figure, but all these brands, man, you pay so much money, and I feel like I'm buying a glorified Black Series.
Remember, Gort can't see that. Yeah,
I
let me
can't
hold
see
those up.
shit.
Oh,
I cast a
Brink
magic
said,
spell. I can't see shit.
Brink said, why don't you use your
Fuck that.
magic to make the backpack disappear?
What?
It's funny you talking about price. Now someone correct me if I'm wrong. Fans Toys Omega. The first part was 150. The second part was 200 retail US.
Yes.
So that was a three. So you're talking
$350
2 foot bot, $350.
Yeah.
And you're getting how much was Scourge? US retail?
220.
280? 220? Was it that low?
220. On
Yeah,
average,
and-
it's 220.
And that's
Wait a
US
minute,
retail.
you said Fans Toys Scourge was
Yeah, the new
on
one. Yeah,
average 220.
Inquisitive.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
Yeah. And
220.
look, there's a lot of parts on that, but that thing's the size of the fucking leg on an Omega.
Just from the
Mhm.
calf down, not even the whole leg.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, like I understand there was a lot less engineering involved with the Omega,
of
but
course, of course.
when you're looking at size, also price, and this is going back 5 years ago. This is when I
Mhm.
first started, when I first jumped in. Um, yeah, it's one of the reasons why I've kind of bailed on Masterpiece in general. Just the prices. $400 for MP Optimus Prime. 400 and up for that MP44 US.
Man. And so many people
Um,
open that Optimus out of the box and had paint chipping and all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
had that busted
That's
knee
actually been
issue
a
or
problem with
whatever
a
was
lot
it?
of the Takara paint.
yeah.
What's that?
I got
Had
lucky
that knee
with
issue on the
mine.
car.
I was able to get in on the Amazon Japan price very early, so I only
Mhm.
paid
Are you
300
talking about
for it.
for imp
I only
for
paid for MP44. I only
for
paid 300 for it,
but that's
but
where
that
the
US
pricing
retail price was 400 and up.
right, but
Still,
that's where the
all
price
these
hike
years
started.
later, it's not even going on sale.
Hmm.
You see it
Mhm.
on
Yeah,
like BBTS has it every once in a while. It's still sitting up there at that same exact price. There's
yeah.
no sale on it.
Or more. No, because it's actually more now. If you look for that MP44 in most places, the minimum I've seen it so far is like 590, like a 590, a 599, or 600
Hmm.
even. That's what I've been seeing it.
That's
So
crazy.
but the price hike, we all know that when COVID came around, that's when the price hiking really started. But MP44 came out around that exact same time, and at that $400, at that was it 400? Was it 400 or 499? I think it
Well,
was
it was
400.
over 400, I
Was
believe, for US retailers. Like,
I thought it was
Yeah.
like
right, but
449. It was like 450 or some shit
right.
for it.
MP44 I got from Amazon Japan
Mhm.
maybe 310, 320 by the
yeah,
time it
I
hit
got it like 306, but that was
something
like
like that.
day one when it went up. You had to jump on quick. You had to get there because as time goes by, that Amazon price Japan starts to increase little by little by little by little.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
so some people were able to get in early, but again, we're not. I'm not talking overseas prices here. We're talking our U.S. retail price. It's insane.
Mhm.
Um,
And it set a very bad benchmark that I think a lot of companies saw. And that's why everybody swears that fans' toys went up in price because they saw what the secondary market was making on fans' toys. That's not true, or they'd be selling these figures for a higher price because that's how much they go on the secondary market. I think they saw
Mhm.
dummies spending $500 on an MP44, and they're like, well, if they're willing to spend that on that
Frank
shit.
said he got his for 280 Amazon JP, no sales tax. So he got his even cheaper than mine.
Yep.
He
And
said there's an MP44 on TF
On TF
Source
Source,
for
yeah.
pre-order,
Mhm.
850 right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
850
For what? For what?
for
You
a
know?
I
chip
mean,
paint and a busted knee.
when you want to
Yeah.
talk now, if you want to talk about responsible buying, I think that is a better example of what you shouldn't be wasting your money on. How much
Mhm.
was Blitzwave Voltron?
It
600,
was 700.
700. Yeah.
$700.
How big was that thing?
You got a
15,
whole
15 inches.
Toy World Devastator 450 for 6 figures with an
Well,
MP scale combiner.
That depends on
well,
when you bought the Toy World,
yeah.
because if you bought that
Right.
when it first came out, those things were 100 a pop roughly, retail,
Yeah.
American retail, but it was like you paying 600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
For six
when the
figures
perfect
that
edition,
combine, you're paying $500 for Optimus Prime with a trailer. That's a huge difference.
And to
when
play
the
into what you're saying, you're bringing up, Toy World Constructor. That thing feels like a model kit. The Blitzway, that's a whole other type of product.
I'm
yeah,
not comparing it to Blitzway. I'm talking about the prices
the
people will
pricing.
pay
Oh, the
for a
price. Okay.
singular figure versus a combined figure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And just to kind of bring this back to the topic on hand, we're talking about responsible buying and money. Ricky, what do you do to keep yourself responsible here?
One of the biggest things is my wife is my budgetary person. Like,
All right, you're a
not
liar.
my
All
money.
right, we got to skip. You just say
Whoa, whoa,
earlier,
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
buy
whoa,
what
whoa,
I
whoa, whoa,
want.
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
Mhm.
whoa,
buy what
whoa,
I
whoa,
want.
whoa. Will you let me finish talking first?
No,
Not
no,
as in I have to ask her for
let him
money,
finish. Let him
but
finish.
like I take part of my paycheck and I literally just send it straight to her, and that's just all bills and stuff. The
Mhm.
rest of that is mine. and then I just buy what I want. Like I don't like I'm not one of those that will be like, well, I really want that, but I'm not going to get it because it's too expensive. If I really want it, it sits on my radar, and I just save for the price that it's at, or and I will search
Mhm.
around and try to find a better deal between now and then. But I don't use that as an excuse. Like MP44, I had no need for it. Like if I really want, like if I was Brink and I'm a diehard Optimus fan, excuse me, I would have made myself buy MP44, regardless of how high the price was. That Robot Paradise Soundwave that I have up there, that ain't no better than any of the other Soundwaves I have in that fucking display, but it costs 3 times as much.
Mhm.
But I got it because I love Soundwave and I wanted a Soundwave. So if it's something I want, I get it. If it's something I don't have the exact amount of money for, I save towards it, or I shop around, or I work deals, 40 in a trade. I'm down for all that shit.
But that's
But
my point.
all
Even
the bills are
even
paid first. Like all my kids don't wait for anything. Like all the baseball stuff's paid up for the whole year. We already got money set aside if we want to do travel ball. If he wants
Mhm.
to do travel ball again. Gabriel has all his stuff for we just sent him to DC. That put me back a whole stack just to send him to DC for a 4-day school trip. Like it was it as long as all that stuff's done, there's really nothing I have to worry about. We used to have a rule of if you're going to spend more than $20, let each other know. And I said, okay. And I went and bought 2 packs of cigarettes. And I was like, that costs more than $20. I'm not going to tell you every time I do this. So
but to your
that
point,
shit kind of
Ricky,
went out the window.
that's what responsible
Mhm.
spending is all about, because you made a conscious decision of as to why you're
Mhm.
making that purchase.
Yep.
You're making that purchase because you know it looks good, you're going to use it for something, and you're not just getting it because it was a hot thing. It was a hot
Yep.
thing at the time. You really want to just have it in your display and want to be able to, see it and put it with everything else to make it look good as well, you
I
know.
didn't get this because I thought it was better than KFC. I got this to
Mhm.
go in a blaster display because I
Mhm.
think the alt mode is better than the
Well,
KFC
well,
version.
Yeah. So
buying.
with that,
Okay.
it's like, how do you, you have to, you should be making those type of, you should be being aware of those type of things when you make these purchases, because because you buy it and then you take it out the box and you're looking at it, and then next week you're going to be bored with it and you don't want to get rid of it. Then you're going to have to sell it. Now,
That's too
here's
much
what
hassle.
pisses me off on that level. You want to sell it for the same price you pay for it. Dude, I promise you, I'm not doing that. I'm
Put your
not
dick
doing that.
pics all over it. You're gonna.
It's used. I know, and you're gonna
Well,
knock down a couple of bucks. You're gonna knock down a 10 or 20, 50, $80 for me to buy that from you.
Hold on, real
listen.
quick. Scott nailed it. Scott nailed it.
All right, I'll put up Scott's post in a second. It all depends. If I have something that I bought and I pre-ordered, right, sold out, right, you wait a year for it, you get it, you open it up, you no longer want it, but that going rate for that figure on the aftermarket is double what I paid for, even opened. I'm not going to sell it to someone I don't know at that price. I'm going to make my money back. Now, whether I'm doing now the whole Fanbro price, that's a different story because I don't think I've ever really overcharge people on fan roll stuff. But like if I'm putting that shit on eBay, I ain't mad at someone for selling it for what it's going for. I'm mad at the
Mhm.
people who are buying it at that price because
Mhm.
they're the ones that are raising. They're the ones that are jocking the
They're
prices
the
up.
raise they're the ones that's
You
causing
know,
the raising of the
I've
prices.
always I've always said it's not the seller, it's the buyer that drives the market.
Mhm.
If some idiot wants to put a $20 Marvel Legend up for $150 and one person buys it, that one person has now set the tone for everybody else to sell that shit at that same price. Because that one person was fucking stupid.
See, but
Mhm.
I
That's the
feel like
dumbass.
it's
That's the
hard to.
one who didn't pre-order what they were supposed to, talking
Mhm.
about I like the thrill of the hunt. Motherfucker, this ain't fucking. You're getting into the African safari hunting lions. It's a fucking toy. You're not hunting in fucking Target. Stop.
Right.
Stop. Pre order your shit if you want it. For me, I keep it very simple. I buy one. I don't need 20 primes.
Yeah.
20 sound waves. That's just not, and I'm not knocking, Brink with his Prime collection and you with your Blaster collection, Derek, and you with your Soundwave. I get it. I get it. I understand it and I get it. It's just, this is how I keep myself within range and in control. When I first started, I was having a hard time staying in control because for one you're behind, right? You join a community, or you
Yeah.
join a community and you see
You want to play
everybody's got
catch
all
up.
got, and then you're trying to play catch up, and
Mhm.
trying to play catch up you're also trying to keep up with the new stuff that's coming out. It
Mhm.
gets overwhelming, and you can definitely lose your way and wind up overspending.
Mm.
And I had my
Yep.
moments when I first started. Don't get me wrong. um and I think we've all had our moments too.
Yep.
Derek, you said something about people buying something just because it's a hot thing. We've all been there though. We've all had a
Mhm.
moment where
Sure.
FOMO has like, oh wow, is it really that
Mhm.
good? And then you get it, and then you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done this. Excuse me.
Looking at that Chuckles right there in the back row of my GI Joe collection, right back there. I'm looking directly at that
Yeah,
while you
I
say
get what
that.
you're saying about Chuckles, but remember, I mean, again, I'll go back to, I don't know your
Mhm.
finances, but Chuckles, I don't think broke the bank.
No, I'm
It's
just
not
talking
like
about
jumping on
the
FOMO on
fear of
a
missing
three
out.
hundred dollar something,
Yeah.
300, $400, $500 something, and then you get it, and then you're like the Blitzwave Voltron would have been a FOMO thing for me that I almost bid on when I really didn't need it because I'm fine with my SOC one. So that would have been one of those. Damn, I just dropped $700 on this, and I really, for what? I'm not that big of a Voltron fan. I was as a kid. I have my representation that I'm fine with. So why am I now buying this other one?
Like we talked about it before. I got these two. They're sitting right there. The two Playmates Voltrons, the old OG one and the new Netflix one. And I want a new Voltron. I want one of the modern, like nice looking, fancy ones that get rid of these plastic heaps. But they're not worth that price to me. It's not something I have to have that bad. We're talking about how my brain works. It's not a money thing because right there on that shelf is a $900 sludge because I needed to finish my Fans Toys Dinobots.
Mm.
So it's not a cost of the thing. It's like a cost benefit analysis versus what I think it's worth in my collection.
Mm.
I can get a whole ass Blitzway Voltron for less than what I paid for one Dinobot, but it's not worth that to me. I want something lower, nicer than what I have, but not $700 nicer. I don't need that kind of Voltron in my life. You know what I
But
mean?
you
Like,
can also do the research and try to find it for a lesser
mhm.
price.
Oh, I
You
had
know,
somebody who has a what was that, the 3.0 supposedly waiting for me. Derek,
I have no idea what you're
I'm
talking
looking
about.
right at your damn Magic case, Derek.
So, so let hey, maybe those are, oh, but yeah, back to doing your research. If you do your research good enough, you can actually find what you're looking for at the price you want it at.
Mhm.
Instead of paying a price that you don't want to pay because you feel like you gotta spend it.
I want to pay. I want to pay a dollar for everything
But that also I
With a
realize
coupon.
that also takes
with a
time,
coupon.
but patience saves pockets at the same
That
time
I do
too.
agree with. Patience
Yeah,
does save
Sometimes,
pockets.
yeah,
sometimes
But there are certain things that sometimes you just cannot
that's a
find
roll of the dice.
at a cheap
hmm
price either,
Mhm.
depending on what. Like, I mean, the chances of you finding a Unicron right now, a
slim.
HasLab Unicron, I mean, you can find them. They're out there,
Yeah,
but
but
you're paying for
I'm
it.
but the
one.
price that you want to pay is going to be slim.
It's going to be very, very, very slim.
hmm
And the price I want to pay is less than retail.
Right. I want to look at this
Like
comment.
it ain't happening.
This comment from Ryan Vingetech.
I like that. That was a good comment.
So he says, as long as your credit card bills total less or equal to your eventual life insurance payout, that's responsible spending, right? I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
It's
It
funny,
depends on
but
that.
it's also true. It's funny, but it's true. It's not going to
Now,
cost
I
your
would like to
family
think
anything.
that my insurance policy will take care of all of my outstanding bills if I have any. And it won't leave a burden of my kids or my family having to take care of those particular expenses. But that's not the goal. The goal is to only spend when you need to spend, and when your life is when you leave this earth, and you're leaving things behind, you want to make sure that you don't leave a burden behind for your family, or the people, your family and the people that take care of you and that love you. They want you want them to, you want to leave knowing that you haven't left them with a burden. So that's where you have to really think about that whole thing when it comes to spending as well, because your spending can result in a burden, and that's not something that you want to leave behind. So
I told my
you think about it that
wife
way.
just to toss me in the neighbor's backyard if I croak, and sell everything quadruple price to EE, and everybody else gets fan bro price. So like
Yeah,
I'm
Still has a unicorn for 10K plus 99 shipping. Yeah, okay.
that's somebody whose wife
That's
told him to
insane,
get the fuck rid
Mm.
of it. He's not.
And he's
That's
just
not a
like,
real
look, Mike,
offer.
I'm trying to sell it,
I got it
but
on
no one
eBay.
bought it
Nobody's
yet.
biting. They're selling all the time at like $1,200. So he's just not trying to sell it.
Jonathan,
And
I agree.
nailed it. Keeping up with
But
Yeah,
inflation.
I
and I
think,
agree with that too.
what we're trying, what maybe we haven't delivered the message right, but I think what we're trying to say is, you know, for people to be responsible with their spending. Everybody's spending is different, yes, but always try to stay within your means. This hobby
Will
is
eat you
not
alive.
a cheap hobby.
Mhm.
Even if you're let's say you were, and I'll bring up Marvel Legends again. Let's say you're
Hmm.
just a Marvel Legends collector, an all-in Marvel Legends collector. That's a lot of money that you wind up dropping by the end of the year because they put out so many figures. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's only a $25 figure. Yeah, but you know what? When they're dropping a wave at two waves a month, and then 2 packs and 3 packs and exclusives here and exclusives there. Next thing you know, you spent thousands of dollars that year on Marvel Legends.
Hmm.
If it's in your means and you can, that's great. Um, but again, like, know what your limit is. Know your own personal budgets. Be responsible. Be safe, because this hobby can eat you fucking alive.
And there's people out there. It's like I don't like almost like sharks in the water. Like they're just waiting for you to come out there and say you're looking for so and so, and they will swarm you with the best deal ever that you've ever heard of, and they'll just take your money and laugh because they don't care about what your personal issues are.
I don't care. Look, listen, hold up. I'll be honest. If I put something up for sale and someone hits me up to buy it, right? I'm not
Hmm.
going to ask them what's your credit score, how much money is in your bank account to make sure they can afford it. That's not my problem, and I
Exactly,
don't.
that's their problem. That's
That's
their.
their. That's not my responsibility to make sure if you're buying something that you can afford it, or if I see someone put up a post, hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z, and I have it. I'll hit it, and I message them, hey, look, I got it. This is what I'm asking for, and I'm not. That's on them.
It's up to them to say yes or no to it. Yeah, that's why
Yeah, of course.
I was saying kind of the same thing. Is you should know your responsible limits
Yeah,
for
you were making
your
the
life,
seller sound
your
like a bad guy,
family.
like they're they're
I
evil.
think there are. I think there are sellers that take advantage of that, but I don't think it's an overall thing. I want you can't sit there and lie and say there's not sellers that take advantage of people like that.
Look, if you can get your money for it, you
They
get
are.
your money for it. I ain't mad. I don't ever get mad at that. I don't get mad at
Oh,
the
I don't
dude
get
who
mad because they
wakes.
don't do it to me, so I don't give a
No, but
shit.
I don't like when I complain about scalpers. I'm not talking about the guy that got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and hit 10 targets by 9 o'clock to get look what he's looking for. Dude put in the work that I am fucking never gonna fucking do. It ain't gonna happen. You know,
Mm,
the people that the ones that aggravate me are, and it's been less prevalent as sites have gotten better. The It goes up and sells out in a second because the bots have ate up all the pre-orders and no one got it.
but
Those are the people that
those are
piss me
almost the
off.
same thing because that same guy who got up at 4 o'clock went to every Target and bought every available version of that figure to
I ain't
create
mad
a
at them.
bubble. Well,
It's
that's
not
what the
the
bots
same.
are doing. They're
Like
just
you
buying them
said,
all
like
up and creating a bubble
No,
too. It's the same exact
no,
thought
but
process.
it's not the guy.
difference is
That
something
guy put in
easy.
the work.
Yeah,
Mm.
He
yeah.
physically got up and put in the work to do it. More power to you. These people who are doing the bots, they're buying the program online and they're pressing the fucking button.
So
You know,
then,
you're not putting in the work.
How do you offset the 4 o'clock in the morning person? You get up at 4 o'clock. He gets up at 4 o'clock. You going to stab him and fight him over that?
No,
so
I'm
he doesn't
not.
create a
I'm not
false
going to
bubble?
stab him
be
and fight him.
in more than one.
And what I'm
place
saying
at
is,
a time.
I'm not mad at him for it. I'm not mad at the guy for it.
All
If you beat me to it, you beat me to it.
No,
Hold on, I got my
beat
doorbell
me.
ringing.
If you beat me to my figure, that's on us. But if you beat me to every fucking target because I'm at work fucking making money for my family to take care of my families, and you just sitting at home buying up fucking everything and living off of the fucking bubble that you created, that I'm not okay with. I don't mind flippers. I do have a problem with scalpers. Like I've always had a rule. I don't care how many you take, you leave one on the peg for the next collector. Because like where I live at, there's one fucking target. The next fucking target is an hour and a half away. So there's one target where I live at. So that same thought process fucks me and any other collector in my whole entire town just from one person doing that at the singular target that we have.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because my last Ross hunt, you remember they had the Croc Masters out the G.I. Joe, the Croc Master for like $11. I got a majority of them and I left 2 behind because I saw a dude looking, but he wasn't engaging or anything like that. But I knew what he was looking for. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave these 2. And I walked off and I saw him pick both of them up. So yeah, I absolutely agree with that because I could have been him and he could have been there before me and got all of the mugs and I would have been pissed, So as a person doing that too, yeah, I absolutely 100% agree with you, Ricky. That should always be the courtesy point when it comes to doing stuff like that. Look, everybody's not like that though. So you have
to into the animated Ninja Turtles, and they were Target exclusives, and you couldn't find them anywhere else. I literally snatched one out of somebody's cart because him and his wife were both in there with their phones open on eBay, scrolling, looking at prices of stuff, and loading a cart down with every version of everything that they saw. And I saw a 2-pack that I needed. I reached right in their cart and snatched that shit. And then what do you do? I'm like, you come take it from me if you want to, but I'm not fucking paying whatever price you think you're getting out of this shit. You can keep them other 3 copies you have in there, but I'm paying retail for this. I said, please come take it from me because we can both go to jail over this $50. I don't care. Because that's fucking crazy, dude. Like it's not. It's as childish as it sounds. It's unfair. If I'm at work and my job is a 12-hour-a-day job, so I'm at work for 12 hours a day, and because you're fucking off at home, or maybe let's not even go that far. You have an 8-hour-a-day job. That means there's a 4-hour window where I can't go to that store and look. You're going to go in there and buy fucking everything just because you have shorter hours at your job than me and I got to pay triple for that shit now? Fuck that shit. Take one, leave one. Them's the rules, man. Anything past that is a dickhead fucking move.
No, you're absolutely right about that. But that's why you're in a community of others that, like what you like. So if we're out at the stores, and I've done this, if I'm out at the store and I see stuff up, I'm gonna hit everybody up that I know and be like, hey, they got they got this, that, and the third. Y'all need it. And then y'all
used
let
to do
me
that,
know.
but I got tired of Brink yelling at me about how he already had it all, so I stopped doing it. He killed my joy of helping others.
But no, go back to doing it because I can definitely use your help. So, but I'm gonna keep doing it no matter what Brink says. But yeah, I've been doing that, and I like doing that because I have the time to go out there and be able to, help out with doing that. Because I'll hit everybody up in the groups and I'll be like, yo, I'm out here so and they got these. I know they've been hard. If they've been hard to find, I won't know. I won't know until I go out there and ask everybody if they want it or not. So, but if it is hard to find and I'm literally sitting in front of it right now, I'm definitely going to grab it. Now, back to your point, I'm not taking everything. I will leave 2, depending on it. Now, if they have 3 and I needed all 3, but I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna at least leave 1, because I never know. Now, I'm gonna leave that 1, but guess what? Well, guess what I'm also gonna do? I'm gonna come back the next day. If I still see it up there, I'm getting it. Because that means I've gave you a chance to go ahead and get it. and I have the right to go ahead and just take this now based on my belief of how that situation should be handled. So there's that. Everyone has their ethics when their code of ethics when it comes to collecting, scalping, and all of that stuff. Usually, what is yours?
I
At the end
don't
of the day, think about what is yours, and do you
if
want it to match with everybody else?
if uh uh Jedi Mindset just said person buying Crimson Bats. I'll use an example. I walk in the store and I know Ricky, Orko, and you are looking for Crimson Bats, right? And they only have 3. Guess what? I'm buying all fucking 3.
Yeah.
I don't. If I'm there, look,
But that's
that's what
different. You're not scalping them. You're literally
It
helping
doesn't.
friends
It
hunt
don't matter.
them.
Look, if
Mhm.
those Crimson Bats were going for $100 a pop on eBay, I'm grabbing all 3.
Then that's just something we'll never agree on because you should
You
leave one
know,
for the next person.
I who no
In my
why? Because
opinion,
the next person ain't gonna leave one for me. Let's just go there. Let's just right there. Next person, what the next person is gonna do is gonna take that Crimson Bat, hide it under a shelf for 6 months, so they buy it for $1.
but
You
an eye
know,
for an eye leads to the whole world being blind,
But
man.
see,
You
I
can't
don't see.
think
But
about what
I
the
don't
next
think
person's gonna do.
one. I don't think it's unethical. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not scamming nobody. I'm not cheating nobody. I'm not.
You're creating a false bubble to charge somebody
No, I'm
triple.
not.
You literally are scamming them.
No, I'm not. Like I said, I don't set the price. If that thing is already going for what it's going for, and I see it, yes, I'm gonna buy it. And as much as you guys are sitting there saying no, 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 if you walk into a Walmart and you knew that Crimson Bat was going for $300-400 on eBay, guess what? You're all going to buy every single fucking one they got. And don't fucking lie. You can sit there and say you
I'm
don't.
gonna
I'm gonna call you all a bunch of fucking liars. I don't,
okay.
and you're not gonna change my mind.
And
Okay,
this was
I'm gonna
back when they
change your
were
mind
selling for
right
the
now.
high.
Nope.
When I go get that stuff,
I
I get for everybody. It's not just for me though. It's not
That's
just for me.
different.
It's
You're
for
not creating a
everybody.
That's
false
not.
bubble to
But
flip.
that's not what I'm talking about, Derek. What I'm saying is, if I go into a store, right, and they have 3 or 4, and I know 3 or 4 of you literally that day told me, if you see this, grab it for me. I'm gonna grab it for you, and I'm gonna charge you exactly what they paid for me in the store, right?
Yeah, of course.
But if I know none of you are looking for it, but I know that, oh shit, this is here. They got 4 of these. They're going for $400 on eBay. Guess who's got to pay off their credit card this month by grabbing these right now? I'm fucking grabbing all 4,
So
and it's
let's
just
go
that
with
simple.
there's one target in your area. You know for a
There's
fact,
2.
and I'm just going to use us because we're in here. You, me, Orko, and Derek, we all live in the same kind of general vicinity. There's one target. You go in there, you know that Crimson Bat is selling for hundreds of fucking. Now we're not friends like we are now. You just know that we're collectors because you've seen us on the aisles buying stuff.
Mhm.
Now they're selling for hundreds of dollars. You snatch up all 4 of them so you can go make your flip money. You just fucked all 3 of us that you know are fellow collectors, whether we're friends or not. You know we're collectors
Not
because
my
you've seen us
problem.
buying stuff.
It's not my problem.
But that's a dick
It's
move.
not my
In
problem.
my book, that's a dick move.
You can call whatever you want. I'm in the store. I can buy what I want.
But you're
Every
creating a
every
false
one of
bubble
us
that's gonna.
have a different approach.
You got your $300, but now Orko's got to go pay $250 for fucking one. Derek's got to go pay $250 for one. I got to pay $250 for one, and now we're fucked on our shit.
Patience saves pockets.
Not always. We've all
If
proven that
again,
many
and if
times.
you go back to what I said, if people weren't buying it at those stupid fucking prices, they would never go for those stupid fucking prices. That's why I said I ain't mad at the guy that's selling it for what it's going for. I'm not mad at the guy who gets up at the crack ass in the morning, hits 5 targets by 9 o'clock. I ain't mad at that dude. You put in the work, you put in the time, you did what I refused
I'm
to
stuck
do.
at my job. It's not like I'm just like, fuck it, I don't want to get up early, go to Target because he lives at home in his mom's fucking basement. He should be allowed to drive up the price because I'm stuck at my
Hey,
fucking job.
listen.
And
Like
that's
Rocky
okay?
said, the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
That's bullshit.
All right. Look, we all have our differences when it comes to and that speaks to what we call ethics in collecting. So
See,
Yeah,
I don't
and
like
that's
that.
and that's
Yeah, now you're
hold
saying,
on, because
now
but that's
you're
what it is,
implying,
though.
but now you're
that's
implying that I'm
he's
unethical.
No, it's
ethics
your
are
it's
very
your it's your
subjective.
code of it's your code of
He's just
ethics.
saying what the
Personal
ethics
code.
are.
It's your
So
code of ethic. It's not
it
universal.
sounds bad. I see where he's coming from.
Everyone has their
I see where
means
you're
and
coming
ways of doing everything that they do.
I
But
think it
what
sounds
I'm
worse than
saying
it
is, for me, you know, I respect everything you just said, but for me, as a collector and knowing that I have collective family, you know, because that's what y'all are to me, I'm going to look out for the interest of you all first, and then do the best I can. If I
But you just
can't do it,
but you
I'm
just
not going to
agreed
do it
with him.
now.
He just said
The
the
whole
same thing. He said the
That's
same
exactly
thing.
what
He
I
said if
said.
there's all
I'm
clues and
gonna
gaps
look
and we
out
all
for my
wanted them.
people first. If I know, but if I don't, if it's something that nobody I know wants,
So he said the
nobody I
same
know
thing.
needs,
He said the same thing.
you
okay.
He
know,
said he
like
goes
I
to
mean,
I
look,
got
I
family
mean,
and friends first.
Derek, look, you're a seller. You go to NJCC, tables full of stuff.
Mhm.
You're not selling. I didn't. No offense. No offense. Were you selling Galactus at a retail price to strangers?
No, I wasn't. But no,
Granted,
I was
everybody. Granted, you
I was
didn't.
selling based on the aftermarket of which it was at that point at that
That's
moment.
my point.
But here's the
That's
thing.
my
But here's the thing.
point.
No. Hold on. Everybody knew and respected that, and they had no problem with it. So, because they understand and know, oh man, I didn't
Okay, I
get
hate to be that
on.
guy,
I
Derek.
didn't get in on that.
That means you have a
Brink, hold on, real
wishy-washy.
quick. Brink,
Yeah, I see it.
record
It's
this,
not wishy
and I
washy.
want to know how well you do.
Yeah.
All right,
Because that
I'm all
Because
for you
the
doing
problem
that.
is
hold
that means
on,
you have a
because there was
wishy-washy
a
ethical line. You just said that you think it's wrong for them to do stuff, but you're still willing to follow the current market value. Let me tell you how hard. Let me
no.
tell you how hard
I'm
my
gonna
line is.
okay. Go
Well, let
ahead.
Derek finish. Let Derek finish. Let Derek finish what he's trying to say.
Here's what he okay. So for me, everybody in our community knows about how HasLab works. If
Yep.
you don't go in and fund the thing like when you're supposed to do it, you miss out. You miss out. And there's a such thing as an aftermarket when those products come in. Everybody understands that. So
That's a very
and
set,
then
limited.
because
We know
look
exactly
what
how many
happened,
of those exist.
Ricky,
because
let him
when
finish.
that
Let him.
started, it didn't even start with the cell barge. It started with Unicron. When Unicron finally got funded and people were all up in arms about the cost and everything, and they're not going to buy this and they that, me included, I said, nah, fuck that Unicron. I don't want it, because it's cost too much. Now look at me now. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get me a Unicron. But am I going to get it at that same price? No, I'm not. Unless Hasbro sells me one for that same price, I'm not going to go and get another. I'm not going to go find a Unicron for $575 unless somebody down on their luck is like, yo, I just want to sell this for what I paid for it. And then they do that. But yeah, everybody knows about that aftermarket pricing. So no, I totally defend everything I did with those Galactuses because I went in knowing that everybody was not going to get that one, and they're going to and just like everybody else, they're going to pay that aftermarket price. But what I'm not going to do is do that for like my Ross hunting. If I'm paying that at Ross, that's what you're paying. You see what I'm saying?
Now
And
here's
and
my
like
question.
Because if you're getting it at, first of all, if you're buying it at Ross, it's lost its value. It's lost its original value anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to, how are you trying to make money off of stuff that already lost its value? Them Galactuses that I sold, they did not lose their value at all. They went up. And as a matter of fact, they're still going up. And by the way, I got one left. And if anybody's interested in getting that and some Fantastic Four
What were
figures
you
along
trying to
with
say?
that,
I'm sorry.
see
I
me
cut you off.
after the show.
Supporting what Derek is saying. If you're buying extra stock or just any stock of the HasLab or something that's effectively made to order, you're not taking that out of anybody's hands.
Agreed.
You're going around to
Agreed.
10 dozen, Targets and Walmarts and buying up everything. You are taking something theoretically out of, ease of access for people. Especially an exclusive item that might.
Thank you, Dante. Thank you, Esteban. Dad, tell him he's done it himself. Look, and to counteract, I agree. HasLabs and things made to order. You cannot scalp that stuff. It is
No,
impossible to
it's not
consider
the
it
It's
scalped.
impossible.
And I
It
agree, and I
sounds the same,
agree,
but
and
it's
I
not.
agree. But also with especially over the last 2-3 years, everything that's coming out on shelf, you could have pre-ordered also.
Yes.
So if you didn't pre-order it,
Mm-hmm.
it's your own fault that you didn't find it in store, and I beat you to
Yep.
it. Also, so like I said, I don't feel bad about doing it. I have never done it because I have never been that lucky to be in that position where, oh, I found these things and they're going for so much money to grab them.
Yeah.
My area that I live in as a collector, the Targets, you never find anything. The Walmart, you never find anything. It's just too many people living in New York City. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never been that lucky. We don't have a Ross near me. I don't have an Ollie's near me. Like they're not even. I've never even seen them in this area. Anytime I've seen a Ross and Ollie's is when I've been in other states.
Yeah.
Put it like that.
Yeah.
So that's just me. I don't have that luxury. So
I
and
don't
this is
think I
me.
don't think
And
our
like
Ollies will
and so
survive
I'm
in New
sitting here
York.
telling, and that's me telling you.
Oh,
I
they
don't do it because I can't do it, and I'm still not mad at the person who does do it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't
mad
think
at
our
the guy.
Ollies will survive in New York,
I'm
even
mad at the
upstate.
guy that does the bot and it sells out in 2 seconds. That aggravates me. But the guy who's getting up and doing the running and the hunting and getting lucky and you know every day choppers, hey man, more power to you.
Yeah. I mean, look,
More
that
power
like
to
I
you.
said before, that person, they're not going to be in one, more than one place at one time. They're driving all over the place. Like, I think about how many stores that I have. Like, if I drive in a big circle, there's going to be, well, once upon a time there was the Toys R Us's, but you could hit like 3 of those, 3, 4 Targets, 3, 4 Walmarts, and then if you're hitting upwards of 10 stores, it would take a couple hours, but like that's your day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're giving up your day, but that would be like a weekend thing. Like, I used to do that just kind of for the fun of it sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
things were less prevalent online. It was harder to get things. You did
Yeah.
do it at Big Bad Toy Store at a markup, but you didn't get it on Amazon at retail price because they used to get lower quantities and it sold out quick. Now stuff sits there forever and then it does hit Ross. And honestly, if somebody goes into Ross and buys like 50 Joes for $5 and wants to sell them for whatever the hell, I don't care. Like, they're at Ross for a reason, number one. Number two, that means you had your chance at retail. You shouldn't be, if you're not getting lucky in a Ross or an Ollie's or a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx or whatever it is, well, if you don't have them, that's it. The collector game has been like this for decades. There's nothing new.
And that's another thing. It's part of the game. You know the ups and downs of this game that you're getting in. I would
Yeah.
hope so.
I mean,
And if you don't, you'll eventually learn.
And I
It's
think about it,
just-
like, we didn't always have, buying online at all to begin with. I remember when the Power of the Force line came out in the 90s, I went to the store in the morning to, hoping to like get a fresh case of something or other as it would hit the shelves whenever there was the new wave coming out. And you knew, you talk to people and find out what days. Some people have inside stuff like that. Like, that's a different problem. That shouldn't be happening. But
Yeah.
if you at least know what day to go and they're putting it out proper, like, that was nice. I remember the Toys R Us in Totowa, like, once a week, you go and there was something or there wasn't, but you knew it was like Thursday mornings.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, that was interesting.
I still love all y'all.
Yeah, me too. I'm still reading the comments in the chat squad, and everybody just chiming in on it. And yeah, I mean it's been very interesting. Doing this past couple of weeks for me has taught me a lot of things, and it's taught me how to everything that I said to you, Ricky, is stuff that I'm learning as I do this, about the whole courtesy thing, about the whole the thrill of it, as a matter of fact. I like, when I get off work, sometimes I'll be like, going upstairs and getting changed, to head out. And then, Sean be like, where you going? I was like, I'm just going to Ross. He said, oh, you're gonna be back later. All right, I'll see you when you get back. So yeah, so she, I'm gonna be out there for a while, just driving back and forth, hunting, trying to see who wants what. But I've been enjoying it, and I'm still going to continue to do it for a little while until it gets kind of boring and tedious. Because really, really only reason why I do it now is because so much of these Joe classified figures are going to these stores now, and you want to take advantage of getting them there versus still buying them from there. Well, I mean, I do
My biggest
because
thing is a lot of people now are wanting to wait for that. They're like, oh, like I'll just wait for it to go on sale. I'll wait for it to hit Ollie's. I'll wait for it to hit.
And the thing is, that's
What's
not
gonna happen?
always
It's gonna
going to
kill.
happen.
It's gonna.
it's
Kill
not
the
always
line.
going to happen, but there's
Not only
nothing
that,
wrong
but
with
it's
that
gonna
either.
kill the line. People keep thinking and acting like that. They'll just stop making that shit because
Of
in
course.
Hasbro's eyes, they're not selling, so
No,
they just
I'm
don't make them
if
anymore.
I see them that I like and can get them right then and there, I'm gonna go ahead and get them
Oh, I'm
right
not
then and
saying you.
there.
That's why I said people. Like you can literally see
No, I'm
it in
talking
the
about
Joe
on
groups, in the Joe groups, and the Hasbro groups.
right.
Hell,
Yeah.
even in the MP groups and in the Legends groups, something new gets announced. I'll wait for it to go on sale.
Mhm.
I'll wait for the KO. I'll wait till I see it at Ollie's. All that shit. The company doesn't see that ass into that. See, I'm not gonna say we. I had a misconception about how Ollie's and all that worked. Scott, who does that stuff for a living, broke it down to us the other night on a hangout. If it goes to Ollie's, Hasbro never saw any of that money for that figure. They didn't get paid for that figure that's sitting in Ollie's. That's just Walmart losing money on a figure sitting at Ollie's. So all Hasbro saw was Walmart's now buying less toys from us. Walmart's buying less toys because the last time they bought toys from Hasbro, they sat on a shelf in Ollie's and they lost money. So Hasbro goes, well, I guess that means people don't want G.I. Joes anymore. And the line starts to fucking die.
I mean, that's a possibility, but more likely they're just going to cut the production runs instead. Right now, everything's plentiful.
That's the first step is they'll cut production numbers. And when those still keep sitting like that, then they'll just stop making. Okay, well, then they only want the main 6 from Transformers. That's why we're going to make 10 million Optimus Primes. They just want those 6.
Okay.
And then they'll stop making so many of the other ones.
Well,
all of us who collect GI Joes,
that's already what they do with the line anyway. That's why you see cases.
All they're making is the same shit over and over. I don't need anymore, so I'm going to stop buying them. So now us legitimate collectors who wanted that stuff and were willing to pay the money for it, now they're not producing anything we need because they're just producing shit that they've seen has sold on the shelves over and over, and we already have them. Well, now we're out of the game. We no longer collect that line. Now Hasbro's just lost half of their fucking income for that line because we all already have those ones that they just keep doing over and over. So now that's what I'm saying. The first step is to cut down a production number, but that's the writing on the wall at that point. At that point, they're now watching like hawks. And if those numbers don't start spiking back up after they cut their production numbers, go, okay, well, now we'll try a cost reduction. We'll take less weapons in there, less backpacks, less accessories. We'll knock them down to $19.99 and see if those sell. If those don't start moving, into the line. Boom, that's done. They're not ever going to lower them down to $10 to try to get them out the door from Hasbro. That's not a Hasbro move. They'll just kill the line. And that's the problem is everybody who talks and thinks like that, that's the first step on a very slippery slope downhill to killing stuff. I hate when I see that shit in a thing. I have no problem with people collecting KOs. I'm not one of those, oh, it's the pores and da-da-da. I say that shit jokingly because I know it bothers EE when I use the pores, but usually I'm referring to myself as a pore when I use it. But I don't like that thought process of MP.44 comes out. If you fucking want it, go spend $450 fucking dollars and get that motherfucker. Don't go, I'll wait for the KO and it only costs me $150. It just doesn't come with the trailer.
Like, you're talking KOs right now. That's such a minority of people that want that or do that or even get made.
It's all over the groups,
this product sell out.
It's all over the groups.
Give me an example of when a KO definitively disrupted something and everybody bought that and a product got shut down. A whole line.
No. I said it's a step in that process.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but I can't think of an example where it's happened.
MP.44 still sitting for sale at retail is because people stopped buying it once the KO became available. It just stopped. People stopped buying them and they went and spent $130, got the Optimus Prime with all the accessories minus the trailer for $150 fucking bucks.
They're still sitting at retail now.
They were like last time I looked, it was at BBTS. Still, you could still buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, that's been a while. So don't everybody start clicking BBTS and go, Ricky's fucking wrong. Fuck you. I don't care.
No, you're not wrong because they're doing it they have it at TF Source too. But here's the thing about that MP44. People stop wanting to buy the MP44 when Transform Element came out, when they started doing their Optimuses. So, but the only thing is they didn't have the trailer when it came to that. So I still got the MP44. Mind you, I didn't pay $400 for it. I got a really good deal on it, and it was brand new in the box. Now, but I still got the Transform Element one because it was just a different look. I just wanted to, put them side by side to see how much different they actually look. And being quite honest, I actually like the MP44 a whole lot better. The transformation on the Transform Element is a lot easier. I will say that, but as far as presence and everything like that, that MP44 is still gorgeous. It's sitting on my shelf right now. I'll never have that.
When I said incorrect to Brink, it's because he said the fault in my logic is Black Series. No one buys it, but they keep making it. Correction. Everybody buys it. They just keep bitching about it. They don't stop buying it. They still buy it and just say this is the worst fucking figure ever.
I don't buy it.
Gort.
Done.
And when did this happen?
Recently,
right? And you've hated Black Series for how many years? Exactly my point. People still buy it. They just bitch about it. So now give it time.
Yeah.
And that'll kill the line.
But I'm not buying the entire line. Like there's people that are all in, and I know what you're saying, but like even then, I've been cherry picking the line as is. It's just disappointing because the product that they announce and release is shit. It's a bad selection, is what I mean. Let alone quality or anything else.
I'm not arguing the greatness of the line. What I'm saying is Brink is saying people don't buy it anymore, so it should be gone. No, people still buy it. They just bitch about it when they buy it.
No, they don't. They don't buy it.
And that's
Ricky. I've been buying Star Wars shit my entire life. I have never been able to walk in the last bunch of years and buy current Black Series because it's always off the shelf. Somebody already bought it. Ray and Jyn Erso withstanding, of course. But this shit is sitting there and rotting left and right. Like I can go find any of it. It's never been like that. I've never seen all the Star Wars go to clearance, like wave after wave. That's never happened.
I've actually never seen Black Series.
I don't think that. Like people are not buying this.
I will say that in my Ollie's and Ross runs, even before recently, I've never seen Black Series figures in Ollie's or Ross. I've never ever seen them there. I want to go back to Scott's comment about the Hasbro comment that y'all were talking about. He says not exactly Hasbro, not exactly. He was talking about when we were having the Hasbro conversation in regards to the figures showing up in Ollie's and Ross. He says not exactly. Hasbro got money for it, but got pennies on the dollar because Walmart canceled orders, or sometimes retailers sell their extra stock to Ollie's and Ross. So they're not losing. So Hasbro's not losing a dime.
No,
Hasbro's not losing anything at all. They're still getting that money. They're not getting, they're probably not getting it on the second way around because they're getting shorter orders as a result of these stores saying they're not selling because But if you really think about it, whose fault is that really? That's a Walmart and Target fault, isn't it?
Partly. I mean, if you're giving if these companies to do business have minimum orders in the first place and they have to buy X amount of product, if it sits in their warehouse and never, makes it somewhere because of bad distribution, that's on them. And that a lot of the time is what goes to those stores.
So yeah, that's not a Hasbro problem at all. That's a retailer problem that got the product from Hasbro, who didn't want that stuff sitting, occupying their shelves because they got newer stuff coming in or different stuff coming in, and they want to be able to, put newer stuff up, but they got to get rid of what's there now, and they take the loss. So again, Hasbro got their money. Sell it for cheaper if that's the resolution for you, but don't sell it to a Ross or a Ollie's because you want to get rid of it because they're contributing to the issue when it comes to that. They're contributing to the lack of availability, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, again, I don't see that as a Hasbro problem. I see that as a retailer problem.
I think it could be both. Sometimes a matter of just what the desirability of the product is in the first place.
True, because if Hasbro doesn't bring enough of a lure to their product, in any of their product lines, yeah, it loses interest. People lose their interest in it. Be like, I don't want that. But you can easily see the lure when it comes to the classified series for G.I. Joe. You can easily see the lure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's going to be like that for a while until, and the reason for that is because they're still doing core figures. They're still doing core characters, I should say.
And even at the pace they're going,
and they're spreading them out.
A long time.
Yeah, they're spreading them out. They're spreading them out really good now, because now you're starting to see. And for me, I'm starting to see all the obscure characters that you haven't seen on the shows and everything. So, or at least I haven't seen, because I don't recognize most of these characters now. The Nunchuck character, I've never seen him. I think he's part of the
he's Ninja Force
comic.
Was
it Ninja Force
figure? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never seen it. And as a matter of fact, I had that Ninja Force playset, and he was probably on that set, and I just never paid attention to it. So, and no, I'm not a fake fan, Ricky. I'm still a true fan.
That's EE's thing, man. Wrong guy.
Both of y'all call me fake fans. So, but yeah. But no, I mean, hey, this is a great conversation. What do you think, Rick?
You are a fake fan. I don't see you sitting there dressed up as G.I. Joe. Orko's the real one over there.
You're right. I can go change real quick if you want me to. I got some fatigues upstairs. I could
you go ahead, go do that real quick. Orko, while he's gone, kill his shit, man. We're done.
I can't see. He's got.
He's not here, so you're gonna have to turn.
And Ricky's the host, and he's the host,
and I have no way to push buttons. So
yeah. Y'all want to talk about something else, or y'all want to?
We can look. Good. How do y'all want to do it? We're at an hour 40, or right about thereabout. We can go ahead and go to the next topic and burn some time on He-Man, but that was an EE topic, so he's not even here.
Yeah, we'll wait for E to talk.
So
about
we can hold off on that, or we can sit here and talk about why Derek's so bitter about people owning 40 Inquisitors. Why are you so bitter about that, Derek?
I thought we covered this already. This is how this whole conversation started.
We didn't talk about your bitterness,
and now we're here.
We didn't talk about your bitterness about it, though. You're just mad.
Who's bitter? I was making a joke.
You sound like a poor Derek.
I was clowning about it, really. But it's the stupidest thing in the world to be buying that many fucking fans toys. And who why would you do that? Okay, you know what? I guess I am a little bitter, because y'all can do better. Y'all can do better for the ones that did that. Please do better. Do better.
What does that say?
If you had did the research, you would have done. I mean, these
sounds bitter to me.
These expands by sweeps, they are not terrible. They're not terrible. As a matter of fact,
I should kick you just for saying that.
If you put both of them together and look and go far away and then look straight at them, they all still look alike. They all.
Anyways, EE, did you watch the new He-Man show yet?
Yeah.
That's the host segue right there.
I mean, I don't want to start talking about it now. Yeah. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's a little late.
How the fuck is this season way better than the first?
That's a topic for another show.
It's more woke.
Please stop. Please stop.
I want to use the term willy-nilly like the internet does and pretend like I don't know what the fuck it means.
E, get us out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're closing up?
Out of here.
Yeah.
I guess because nobody really wants to talk about Scourge anymore, like I do. But
bitter.
No, because who the fuck is that irresponsible when it comes? You know what? Well, I'm done. Y'all
somebody else's bank account.
Go ahead and close the show. Go ahead and close the show because
All right.
you know
All right.
it makes
all
no
right.
sense to keep even talking about it. If
All
y'all
right.
want to talk about it, are we doing a hangout after this?
Yes,
Yes.
I'll get to that during my closing here. If you
Okay.
shut up. So
All right.
cry me a river. Fucking he's hitting all the buttons. I think Gort might be randomly hitting the buttons because he can't see what the fuck's going on over there.
Mm-mm.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here.
Who's Gort?
That was a fun show, per usual. We don't always have to agree on the same stuff, as long as we agree that we still love each other, and that's all it is. I still love y'all mostly.
And I'm douchey and
I
unethical.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But there it was fun. I believe we're gonna post a unbroadcasted hangout link after this where everybody can just kind of
Correct.
jump in and bullshit and hang out for a little while. I'm gonna be messing with my present some more, trying to get that finished up before tomorrow. So let's walk around the box real quick here. Orko, where can they find you, and where's the link for your OnlyFans? Go.
Eternia.
Where Mama wants to see those legs.
No.
They're very pasty. All right, so
Derek.
Orko will be back in Eternia hopefully next week, or next show. Gort and Wolfie will be here. So let's slide on to the next one. Derek, why? Buh.
Orko, I
find you
just
at?
want to say thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. I really enjoyed your latest show, and you know I'm going to watch it again. And you all can find me on your Book of Faces as Derek Bixby. You can also find me on Instagram as Derek What B. You can also find me here every other Friday for the Realmhattan Project, and you can also find me on our pop-up shows, whether it be right out the box or Do You Even Transform, Bro? Or when we get a hangout, such as what we're going to do after the show, where I'll be further talking about this whole Inquisitor situation, because I got one right there, and I only got one. When you buying 40, it's stupid, okay? It's stupid. And we're going to talk about that in the hangout.
Where can we find
y'all,
you at?
y'all hang out with us. We're going to put up
You can
a
find
link.
me here every other Friday. Find me in chats and other shows. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can find me there. That's about it. Ricky.
So Ricky, where can we find you
I
at?
was
You can
asking
find
you.
me here every other week, and in group chats and on the Facebooks, and trying my best to give EE lots of gray hair and drive him nuts because I loves to do it. You can check out the Realm Collectors YouTube page for all the other shows. Mondays we have ETR. Then they have Figure Banging and Shelf Gravy that alternate every other Wednesday. I believe this coming Wednesday is a Shelf Gravy, unless they change it. And then Derek already mentioned the pop-up shows, and you can catch us every other Friday here. Check out the Facebook page, answer the questions, or we won't let you in, and also we'll make fun of you. And check out Instagram and the webpage, realmcollectors.com, where they do stuff and there's buttons to click and stuff to look at.
I want to know who Ryan Verztech is.
So other than that, we're going to get out of here. Orko, thank you again for coming in and guesting tonight. You've been quite the topic of intrigue the last couple of days because of your show, and eventually one day we'll get around to talking about it. Thank you, Derek and EE. Love you guys.
Stay tuned for
Wolfie,
the link.
keep getting better, brother. Watch for the link EE's going to drop. Go ahead, EE. Get us out of here.
And Ryan, I hope you lose $40 each on those mugs.
Last
Now,
thing I'm gonna
EE,
say.
get us out of
Last thing I'm gonna say. Fuck Wildor.
Yeah.
Say it with me now. Real